From the world headquarters of Network 7 Media Center and the South Pacific Division, this is Mission Sonlight. Dazzling white beaches, coconut palms swaying in the breeze, blue waters that are crystal clear. Sounds like paradise, doesn't it? The islands of Fiji boast of these geographical features.
Beyond that peninsula and far across the horizon is the island of Pitcairn, a stopping off point of the great missionary ship also called Pitcairn, before it headed to remote islands around the Pacific that, like the people in this region today, carried a missionary spirit to tell the Seventh-day Adventist message of Christ and His soon return.
It was here in Fiji that John Tay arrived in 1891 on the mission ship named after the remote island of Pitcairn. Tay was eager to share the gospel with the indigenous people of Fiji. His courageous work lasted just a few months. Tay became ill and died. Today he sleeps in a Fijian grave awaiting the trumpet blast that will rouse him. Other intrepid missionaries followed Tay and brought the Three Angels message to Fiji and the South Pacific.
People often think of the South Pacific as an idyllic spot where everything is calm and serene. But there's something very interesting happening out there. The disease pattern and trend of the countries in the South Pacific is changing at a very rapid rate. From infections, we are now seeing people dying from non-communicable diseases or lifestyle diseases.
Non-communicable diseases have become a serious problem in many countries worldwide. The islands of the South Pacific are no different.
In fact, 80% of our disease burden in the Pacific today is lifestyle disease. In countries such as Fiji, 1 in 4 is a diabetic, and 80% of mortality in that country is due to lifestyle disease.
When you look at some of the health issues that we face in the Pacific, we have some of the countries that are now carry the unfortunate title of being the most obese in the world. Diabetes continues to near the top of the scale. Hypertension, cholesterol, heart attacks. And I guess in a Western society, we largely deal with them through popping of pills. But unfortunately in the Pacific, we don't have that privilege or that opportunity. And so we need to treat them through more of a natural remedies and encouraging people to go back to basics.
How do you help people go back to the basics?
That is the reason why the South Pacific Division Health Ministries team have decided to develop wellness centers across the Pacific.
Go back to the garden food, go back to the markets rather than buying the food that we might find in the supermarkets. And so the Wellness Centre will really contribute to help educate people about those very basic things that pills don't necessarily fix, or they don't have access to, but the food actually does. And so it's training and teaching people right from those very core elements of good health.
The idea of the Wellness Centre is where people can come and have their blood pressure checked, have their blood sugar tested, and be given advice on better ways of living. The big aim of a wellness center is both clinical as well as preventative. So in these centers, what we would like to do is promote the principles of good health.
The education being provided at the Wellness Center will expand outside the boundaries of Fiji.
Fiji acts as the hub for the Pacific. And so whether it's the Solomon Islands in the west, or Tonga, or Samoa, or other places, Fiji's that hub. And so whether it's the Ministers for Health or government authorities, they will converge on Fiji to act as the ground zero or the epicenter for the Pacific. And so this acts as a real model for the church to influence the rest of the Pacific.
And we as a church can do that very effectively. And so that is basically the idea of this, where people from all around, across Fiji, across the various other countries, can come to wellness centers and be able to find hope and healing, and also be able to see Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior as well. So there is a strong missional component with the wellness center concept. And we as a church can do that very effectively. And so that is basically the idea of this, where people from all around, across Fiji, across the various other countries, can come to wellness centers and be able to find hope and healing, and also be able to see Jesus, find Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior as well. So there is a strong missional component with the Wellness Center concept.
Government officials have been reached through the health education programs. It has made a difference in their lives.
The Minister for Health just completed the CHIP program, and he was the biggest loser, lost most weight in Fiji there for that CHIP program. So that was a great result. And so words like that and stories continue to filter back through the government that continues to increase the impact of the Wellness Centre and other health ministry influences right through the Pacific and indeed Fiji.
It's a simple message of going back to basics in terms of food and exercise. The impact of a wellness center in the capital city of Suva will be monumental.
To address the things of hypertension and diabetes and heart attacks. And so the Wellness Centre will be a significant influence and make an amazing impact, not just in Fiji and Suva, but also right around the Pacific.
I would really like to thank our members around the world for your contribution towards this Wellness Center for Fiji Mission. I can assure you that it will save many lives and bring hope and healing to many that would come in contact with this very important facility. Thank you, and God bless you all.
I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. No turning back, no turning back.
The opportunity to better people's lives with lifestyle education can't be passed up. How will you support a wellness center that can send hope and good news throughout the South Pacific? On Sabbath, June 25th, open your heart and your wallet. There are people who are literally dying to have the hope of a better life, both physically and spiritually. Reporting from the idyllic island of Fiji, from the media missionaries of Network 7 Media Center, this is Mission Sonlight.